Types of robots. There are different types of robots and their shape and size depends on their use. Whatever views we want to take from them. The shape and size of the robots depend on the purpose, means their use for which they are designed, so that they can carry out their task efficiently. So let's see, there are basically 5 types of robots based on their usage. First is pre-programmed robots. These robots are used to perform a single mechanical task again and again. Suppose when we are assembling a car, then to insert bonnet again and again. What happens in big companies, they have a system where one part is attached at one time and then next part at the next level. So cars usually move from one place to another and multiple parts are attached in them. So this work of attaching parts, a single part, same that part again and again to the different cars, is done by a pre-programmed robot. These pre-programmed robots are controlled by humans by a program. They have been programmed to suppose attach a bonnet in the car. So they do this monotonous task, means the same task again and again very faster and a very efficient manner, better than human beings. Previously, this work of attaching something was done by the human beings. They were taking more time, but now these robots are taking very less time. For example, the mechanical arm of an assembly line of a car. So what will happen? This you can see this one. This will do one thing. Okay, one thing again and again, one thing again and again. Cars will move in the assembly line and they will do one thing again and again. Next are autonomous robots. These robots can run on their own. That's why they are called autonomous. They can work on their own. These robots function independently. They are totally free and they do not require any human operator. Means they can sense the place using sensor. They can work on their own. So they are totally programmed to respond to different stimuli, different external stimuli. Means for example, if the robot is moving and it gets a wall, so it has to change its position. It has to move right or left or go forward. Then it can move again right and left. Out of these, all of these things have been programmed. So they can easily respond to different conditions. For example, Bump and Go robot is an autonomous robot. Roomba, whose picture is given here, is also an autonomous robot. It can automatically do the work. This kind of robot has a bumper sensor to detect any obstacle, especially wall or table or any person. They have sensors and these sensors tell them after how much distant the obstacle is there, like wall or any other thing. Another example that we just talked about is the vacuum cleaner Roomba, that can roam around the house freely without the help of any human being, because it has sensors. It can detect where the wall is and it can move, and it can clean the house without any human supervision or any human control automatically. Teleoperated robots, also called drone. These robots are controlled by humans, but now we have drones without human control also, called unmanned aerial vehicles. But I think you all have seen people using drones and they have one controller in their hand and they can use that controller to do so many things. So usually they are sent to extreme geographical locations. For example, if I want to take photo from a very height and I cannot go to that height in a marriage ceremony, so I will be using these drones. So they are sent to extreme geographical locations, mean higher altitudes or high places, to perform tasks which are difficult for humans to do. And we are controlling them by one controller remotely means suppose I am standing here on the ground and I can operate it from there using the controller. So they are sent to work in extreme climatic conditions because they are machines, or any other difficult situation like on high places. They can take photos from there. Drones are used to detect mines in battlefield. These are also teleoperated robots. Augmenting robots. Augmenting robots are actually augmenting the capacity of any person, any human being, or any animal. They are used for replacing capabilities that humans may have lost. For example, someone lost his hand in any accident. So we can replace this real natural hand with a prosthetic hand, prosthetic arm. So they are replacing the capabilities of the humans that they have lost, or for enhancing the existing capability of humans. Suppose I have hand and I have legs and I want to increase its usage, so I can add one more to my body. They are increasingly being used in the medical field to assist person who are disabled. We can attach hand, we can attach leg to them. These prosthetic limbs used by physically challenged people especially are one good example of augmenting robots which are augmenting the capacity of the human being. A modular and adaptive robotic hand can weigh about 200 to 300 gram and can be developed using the off-the-shelf materials. And a very rapid prototyping technique can be used, means very easily you can make it. You can easily create the prototype, the basic model, and you do not need some very high sophisticated materials for it. Off the shelf materials can be used. Humanoid robots. Humanoid robots are the robots that look and they act like human beings. They mimic human behavior. They are totally look alike of humans, and they can perform those activities which we humans perform: running, jumping, carrying objects, talking with them, moving our eyes, moving our face. Some of the robots can mimic human expression also, means like laughing or making an angry face. Okay. A robot can be either android robot or gynoid robot. Robots have sensors which are embedded in them. These humanoid robots have sensors, and these sensors tell them where the wall is, how much distant the wall is, so that they can move freely. Like our robot Roomba, that teleoperated robot, automatic robot. So that is the same technology is there in humanoid robots also. Some humanoid robots have cameras that enable them to see clearly, so their eyes are actually the cameras. For example, the humanoid robot called Atlas can perform a number of gymnastic feats, mean gymnastics it can do. Sophia is another example of a humanoid robot which exhibits so much human like expressions and can interact with people. So this much we have to study in robotics.